There is reality, and then there is bullshit. I prefer reality, but because I prefer reality, I'm not that popular, because people actually want the bullshit. They want the praying to God who doesn't exist. They want all the lies. And so some spiritual teachers present themselves as holy. It's not reality. Reality looks like your personality if you were to wake up.
What is the mission of the Vishrant Buddhist Society?
The mission is to take the Dharma and spread it throughout the world. The Dharma is the teachings of truth. And to that end, the dispelling of lies. Most religions are caught up in lies. They want you to believe things that you've never had any experience of. And then they milk you because they put priests in charge of between you and what they call God. How can there be a priest between you and what you truly are? Not possible. So most religions are telling lies. They might not know they're telling lies because they could be caught up in faith. Faith is when you believe stuff that's not your own experience. It's the biggest spiritual trap there is. The other thing that happens, unfortunately, even with Eastern teachers, particularly with Eastern teachers, and sometimes with Western teachers, is they start presenting themselves as holy. And there is no such thing as holy. That in itself causes separation. There is reality, and then there is bullshit. I prefer reality, but because I prefer reality, I'm not that popular, because people actually want the bullshit. They want the smells and bells. They want the holy people. They want the praying to God who doesn't exist. They want all the lies. And so some spiritual teachers present themselves as holy. It's an act. It's not reality. Reality looks like your personality if you were to wake up, unless you decided that you needed to present yourself as holy, and then you put on an act to be holy. I like the truth, only the truth. I have no time at all for holy because it's bullshit. It just creates separation in people's minds between who they think is holy and themselves. And this is a lie. We are all one. We have always been all one. The only difference between someone who's enlightened and someone who's not is that the person who's enlightened has awareness aware of itself. That's aware of the mind becomes aware of itself or conscious of itself and stays conscious of itself. That is the only difference between someone who's awake or enlightened and someone who's not. So people have Satoris, which are glimpses of who we truly are. In the Satori, they find a lot of silence and stillness. If they stay there, they can't bring it into the marketplace. And then that becomes a waste. Because if you're in touch with heart, you want to bring it into the marketplace to help all those who are still asleep and suffering. And so someone who's woken up and has brought it into the marketplace, generally speaking, has sacrificed themselves for the benefit of others, because it is not pleasant to bring it into the marketplace. Everything touches you. You become energetically very sensitive and everything touches you. It's just how it is. And if you start telling the truth, then you get attacked by people, by other teachers, because the truth is not popular. People want to believe lies. The truth is you are pure beingness. You always have been. You cannot be anything else. You are not the mind. You are not the body. This is the truth. Another truth is there is no such thing as holy. There's the pretense of holy. There's also no such thing as a separate God. God is everything, including you. And you are that. That's the truth. Anyone who tries to sell you a belief system is probably intent on putting their hand in your back pocket and handling your wallet. It's pretty simple. There is no one to pray to. Anyone that suggests prayers is lying, particularly if they're awake, because they know there is no one to pray to. Everything is God. Everything is truth. Nothing is separate.